Well, President Trump has probably been the most transparent president in U.S. history, and he told us what he really thinks about Israel and Iran in our clip of the week.
We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
Here to savor some of the sound bites is Logan Hall. He's Blaze Media's digital strategist. So, Logan, thanks so much for coming in. Donald Trump, he is who he is. And this is just, you're going to get what you're going to get from him. Why haven't we seen this before? Why is this so unique to President Trump?
Yeah, some people, when Trump kind of first emerged on the stage, he was kind of this, bombastic figure, this character. People always, the professional pundits and commentators would always say that this was going to be a liability for him. The straightforward kind of just says whatever he thinks kind of personality is going to be a detriment to his political career. It's actually not. People crave authenticity. And when you've lived in this moment of, for the past at least like 20 years, it feels like things are so rehearsed and, as some people call them, fake and gay and lame. Trump just came out there and he says, no, I'm going to tell you what I think, and this is what it's going to be about. And, I think he pretty much channeled exactly what the American people are feeling about this. We tried the Middle East stuff. We tried to spread democracy all over the globe. It didn't work. People are fed up with this. And they're, a ton of Americans are thinking, what the F is going on? We don't care about this. This doesn't concern us. And I think Trump kind of just channeled that.
Now, today is a special occasion. For people who don't know, and everybody out there who's not working in this building doesn't know, Logan Hall, he's one of our favorites. He's going to leave us here in Dallas. He's not leaving the company. He's still going to be out there. Everything that you see on X, it's still going to be coming from Logan. But because we have such a special occasion, I want to go ahead and just reminisce a little bit, because we had 1 year ago today, Donald Trump stepped back and let Joe Biden self-destruct on the debate stage. Let's go ahead and take a look.
And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
And this was the reality of our country, Logan. This is what we somehow emerged from. We made it through 4 years with an auto pen, apparently. And this was actually part of our lives. That debate really happened 1 year ago.
Yes, I remember it like it was yesterday. We were in the BlazeTV building. Everyone's gearing up for debate night. Little did we know, Joe Biden was going to emerge from his bunker finally and show the world. Remember, they were saying it was just a stutter. He's very fit. He's totally competent. He's capable. He's doing the job. He's awake. Turns out he wasn't. The entire media lied. It was a crazy night. And immediately after that, you saw the knives come out. They decided, we have to ditch this guy. One last effort to try to prevent Trump from taking office. But despite their best efforts, the great MAGA king returned.
He did, and he did so in a roaring fashion. And, KJP was out there saying, oh, Joe Biden, he could run circles around me. No, he couldn't even talk. We all saw it on stage that night. And it was like, the scene where it's like the emperor has no clothes. Like, you can't go back. You can't unknow what just came out of there. So
pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Yeah, we pretty much had a shadow government for 4 years. Pretty sad state of affairs. But this, I think, was sort of the last dying breath of the liberal world order that they literally put in like a dying president. They installed him, and our country was pretty much on the brink. They tried to assassinate our last best hope, but praise God, thank God, we made it through.
They didn't. We always say when you come on the show, right? I've compared you to Stephen Miller in terms of how much you don't want immigration in this country. Nobody loves Donald Trump more than you. Logan,
So true.
Why are you leaving us?
So yeah, my wife and I have a couple big things in the works. I don't necessarily want to totally announce everything yet, but we're moving back up north to be a little bit closer to family and sort of settle down and get out of the big city a little bit.
I have to say, you are one of our favorite guests here on the show. We always have positive feedback. When you come on, everybody's like, I love that guy.
I will be back. Don't worry. I will be back. I'll make sure. My wife still has a ton of family in Texas, so I'll be back in the office and back in the studio to see all my friends and make the rounds.
What do you make of what happened with the SCOTUS ruling today, with all of these district court judges saying, no, we're not going to listen to you anymore. We're going to listen to President Trump.
Yeah, this was a massive, massive victory for the American people. Massive victory for Trump, for MAGA. We've seen over the past 6 months just judge after judge. Trump does something, the next day they say, a random district court judge has said that he's not allowed to do this anymore. We're trying to usurp the power of the president of the United States. There are a ton of good jokes about this where after the strike on the Iranian nuclear facilities, somebody said a San Francisco judge has just ordered Israel to rebuild Iran's nuclear facilities, So they're just way overstepping their authority, their bounds, the separation of powers, and thank goodness the Supreme Court stepped up and put a stop to this madness.
The golden age is here.
And hopefully we can start to fulfill the mandate even more now.
The golden age is here. Logan Hall is going to move on, out into the country, live his great life out there without us.
I'll still always have the Blaze will always be here, and I'll be back. Don't worry.
Well, you're still going to be online for us as well. You can't go away from that. So what's the one lasting thing that you're going to remember like the most about being in this building all the time?
Oh man, that's tough. I loved all my coworkers. I loved the debate nights, the elections, everything. I had a ton of good memories in this building, and hopefully not the last.
No, it's not over. It's not over. That's what I have to keep telling myself because we love Logan so much. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Joel.